International Financial Services has been operating in the funds industry in Mauritius for over 20 years. Peggy Soobiah, Senior Director at IFS, joins us now for more. Peggy, I understand you're going to provide us some insights with regard to the private equity sphere in Mauritius. The landscape at the moment, what exactly does it look like?
All right. As you know, we have been in the private equity business. IFS itself have been there for 20 years, since the inception of the industry in Mauritius. Well, we have 20 years of experience with the Indian market, and now what we are trying to do is to leverage this experience over the African continent. And we have done, in terms of the government initiatives over the past few years, we have invested a lot in terms of positioning Mauritius as an ideal destination for investment within Africa.
Peggy, you're making great progress. The latest World Economic Forum report shows that you are getting even stronger in global competitiveness. Is there a can-do mood or an exciting mood in Mauritius as a result of these kind of international accolades?
Yeah, I mean, Mauritius has been, in the financial sector, Mauritius has been positioning itself as a very strong international financial center. We are very well positioned to service both the Asian market as well as the African market. And we have close ties with both the western side of the globe as well as the eastern side of the globe. As you mentioned, Mauritius has, over the years, provided the appropriate framework, ecosystem to attract investors. And recently we have seen, as we are speaking more focus on Africa these days, we have put a lot of emphasis on the continent. We have been positioning ourselves through a lot of road shows, etc., to get to know about Mauritius as a conduit to invest in Africa. Well, we have, for the past 7 consecutive years, we have been ranking as the first country in Africa in terms of the Mo Ibrahim Index, the ease of doing business by the World Bank as well. And 19th globally. I think it's because of a lot of advantages that Mauritius offers. For example, for Africa, as you know, we have been dealing and collaborating with Africa for so many years. We are part of African community. We are part of the SADC, of the COMESA, Indian Ocean Rim. And there are some intrinsic advantages by being in that community, such as duty-free trade, subsidy on freight exports, etc. But over and above these, there are other advantages that Mauritius provide. We have a bilateral agreement, for example, with many countries of the world, like the double tax avoidance agreement. We've got some 39 overall, whereby we have 24 in Africa, out of which 14 are effective. We have investment protection and promotion agreement with many countries. And people and countries benefiting from these agreements can leverage in terms of the tax advantages as well. We have a very efficient, tax-efficient jurisdiction in Mauritius. For example, we have a corporate tax of 15%, and if you benefit from the treaty, you have a deemed tax credit of 80%, which make it 3% at the end of the day. No capital gains tax, no withholding tax on dividends and interest. Over and above this, we are a bilingual population. We have the right skills and pool of labor. So all these advantages together, I think, position Mauritius well as a destination and as INFC of repute, and helping investors across the world to invest in emerging markets to developing markets.
Peggy, that sounds like a fantastic story, and that Mauritius is really positioning itself quite well. But coming back to Alex's point, is this filtering through to the average man on the street who is taking up these opportunities to partake in this economy?
Yeah, what we've seen, for example, in Mauritius itself, 25% of the tax, of the corporate tax of the government comes from the global business. And there's a lot of contribution of the global business to the community. We employ 3% of the employment. There is around 10% of GDP contribution to the economy. And we have been, for example, IFS, the company where I come from, invest massively in terms of corporate social responsibility. And we participate very actively in contributing to the community development and issues within the country. Myself, I am a member of the CSR committee within IFS, and I must tell you that the 4 main areas of focus that we do is in terms of alleviation of poverty, education for the most deprived, women empowerment, and social housing. And we grossly encourage our own staff to participate in these programs so that they are aware of the technical, of the social issues that's happening, not only in Mauritius, but around the world. And we support a lot our small island around Mauritius, which is Rodrigues, which is form parts of Mauritius, so we don't forget them. We have also a lot of initiatives targeted towards the population of that country.
Well, Peggy, thank you so much for your time today. That was Peggy Soobiah, the Senior Director at the International Financial Services in Mauritius.